cannot play Mario Galaxy at all. Yeah, those levels were a bit tough for me too. Never played the adventure games. You should, Army Dude. If you have a PS4 or like a PS, I assume it's on PS5, but like, I'm pretty sure they're on PS4. I miss Fantasy. I miss those days. If there were like, you know how people are like, oh man, if I could like rewind one thing, I'd love to replay Elden Ring. You know, I love Elden Ring, but fuck Elden Ring. I would love to relive those days of those like Sega game interconnectivity games. I keep saying that interconnectivity, but that's not the correct term. But I think y'all know what I'm trying to say. I would love to relive those, especially if I could like. Ah, darn! I stubbed my knee. I would love to just be able to like live those days again, but like actually know what's going on. Like, if any of you have like heard of the Dot Hack anime, right? That's about the closest I think I've ever seen of like MO games or MMORPGs actually having like any kind of like war between players and like drama around that stuff. Because there was this thing where basically when you're in a game or in a lobby, so okay, to kind of explain the trouble. Okay, so in Phantasy Star Online, if you quit the game, if you quit the game any way other than just exiting the game normally, like exiting the game at the settings menu, if you left in any way other than that, you had. It doesn't matter how rare the items were. It doesn't matter, like, your equipped items would stay on you, but everything else in your inventory would go away. So if you grabbed like a really awesome legendary, but then died at the boss fight, and you just quit to try and cheese the game or something, you would just lose that. It would just be gone to the void. So, alright, so that seems like it's fine, right? But here's the problem. And this was on the GameCube, but I don't know if it was on the Dreamcast or the PC versions of the game, because Phantasy Star Blue Burst was kind of a PC version of it. There were hackers who would do something that would freeze your game. And just like that, you're having fun, someone comes into your game lobby because people could just join if you didn't private it, and then they would just freeze your game. Yep. Which means you lose all of that stuff. So if you were like in a like in the game, and this wasn't just if you're in like a mission, like in like a field, if you were in the city hub, which was like you get to the lobby and then you go into a game with 4 people, and then there's there's different levels you can go into. There's the city hub after that and all that. It is dumb, but that's how they dealt with things at the time. And Sega either didn't want to deal with it or didn't know how to deal with it. So it got to a point on the forums for that game, which they were small. Like, that game, I think, didn't do well because it just wasn't popular enough. But, because those forums were small, like, you would recognize people on that forum. But it was pretty active. It got to a point where some people were actually trying to, like, become friends with the hackers to get close to them to figure out what their account names were so that they can then report them to Sega. Like actual espionage in a game done by players to like try and beat back hackers. And I'm like, that is the closest thing to Dot Hack I've seen in an MMO. And I actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I actually want to go on YouTube now and see if anyone's ever like properly like done any kind of essays or like making videos talking about that, because that was a fascinating time. And like I don't really know a lot of different, you know, like when it comes to pop culture, anything popular, I'm usually out of the loop. That is one of those few things where I was able to see something truly extraordinary that I don't think you would ever see Like, I've never heard of that in any actual game. I've heard of it as, like the plot of a lot of animes, right? But not actual reality. Yeah! You got it, Army Dude! Alright, Army Dude, if you could get those rings, you got... Aw, you missed... You dropped 2! Ye.hack. Oh, you're a fan of that too, Army Dude? I was so happy when .hack Volume 4 came out. I haven't bought it yet, and I haven't played it yet, but I want to buy it and stream it because I love those games. I love those animes. Some of those animes I don't like, but, I think we all know which ones I'm talking about. In fact, the one, it's a specific one I don't like. But other than that one, you know, they're all pretty fire. Wait, I won? Is that the trick? Just talk about random shit unrelated to what you're doing? You were 11 way, Army Dude? Oh, I'm sorry! You were so close! Yo, Hex, yeah! Yeah, I got 2 in one stream! Hell yeah! I hope that there's YouTube videos talking about what I was talking about, because otherwise that kind of means I have to be the one to do it. Because if I don't, then no one will know. And then everyone can know about a random detail that they won't care about and just completely forget about later. Thank you. GG's, everyone. Y'all did very well. Do it! Maybe I will. That's YouTube for you. You're not wrong. That's very true.